this is Sia and welcome to another video. Today we're doing another video inside of Hermitcraft reading Clockwork. We are reading chapter 2, and we'll see how long this takes us. You know, we might go on, we might not. We'll see how this goes. This is episode 47, chapter 2. If you haven't read any other chapters yet, be sure to do so. Spoilers, all that stuff. Still Tango's perspective, you know the drill, you know how this works. But now, unless this is your first one, which can happen. Hello. There are some crazy stuff going on. Tango slowly opened his eyes, staring up at the darkening sky, knowing it would get dark very soon. How long had he been out? Where was Beat-Ups? What had the man done to him? He groaned as he tried to sit up. Pain pierced through him as he gasped, falling back down as he blinked as the world seemed to spin around him. Why did everything hurt so much? The YouTuber coughed as it carefully pulled out the communicator with one hand, surprised as to how the man hadn't taken it from him. The man had so many chances, and yet let him keep it. He pushed the thought aside as he pressed some buttons as the device connected. Hello? A voice asked through the device. Impulse. I need help, Tango said slowly, groaning as he tried to take a deep breath. Where are you? What happened? Impulse demanded. Beat-Ups and the man, he took him. Tango tried, trying his best not to choke on his own tears. Please help. Where's Tyler? Impulse asked. I don't know. And the debris is, of course, nowhere to be seen. Tango said slowly. It's getting dark and I have no means to defend myself. I'm coming. Just hang in there, okay? Impulse said quickly. Hurry, Tango said weakly as he looked away from the device, looking up at the sky above as the stars began to form. A moment passed in silence as the device disconnected. He became alone with his own thoughts until he heard footsteps from ahead as he tried to look up. Tango, there you are, Tyler's voice said as he approached him. What happened? Beat-Ups. He took Beat-Ups. Tango said quietly. We need to get you some help, the cause member said quickly. Impulse is on his way, Tango replied. Okay, Tango said, trying to think. I'm going to see if I can look for your friend then. His temporary escort and I saw something not too far from here and went to get a look, but we got trapped. Tango managed to pain chuckle. It's not your fault, it's okay. We'll find him, don't worry, Taylor said simply as he stood up, hesitating for a moment. Did you get anything? Just go, Tango insisted. The men want to reinfect him with that thing. If you don't find him in time, count on it, the man nodded. Just hang in there. I will. Tango agreed with another cough as the man ran off, disappearing through the trees. A minute or two passed before he noticed a dim shadow pass above him, as he tried to look up to see if his friend had finally arrived. He has to be here somewhere, Impulse's faint voice said quickly. We need to find him before the monsters do. We will, Beat-Ups. Nope, Beat-Ups. Blake's voice said with confidence as the YouTuber managed a sad smile. Now hearing the groans, hissing, and growls from the monsters that were now spawning. One good creeper explosion would most certainly finish him. Tango watched as the shadows near the house lurked around the trees, steadily moving closer to his location as he desperately wanted to call out, but he wasn't sure if he had the energy to do so. Their voices grew louder as they neared, just as Tango heard a growl from above him, and he looked up to see a zombie staring down at him. It kicked him in the head. The YouTuber narrowed his eyes at the creature. Tango! Impulse's voice finally shouted as an arrow flew through the air and hit the zombie as it growled, slinking back into the darkness as he heard its running feet coming towards him. He looked over just as he saw his friend kneel down next to him, pulling out a medical box. You really don't look that great. It's good to see you, he whispered with a pained smile. The YouTuber rummaged through the box to pull out what he needed, putting pressure on the wound. It was now starting to scab up. It really should have been better protection, Blake replied as he caught up to him, shaking his head slowly. Protection we had fell into a trap set by that man, Tango admitted as Impulse gave him a healing potion. We didn't expect him to catch us off guard. Well, hopefully we can do what we can, the cause member said. Did you come across anyone? Tyler found me, but he went to look for Beat-Ups. Try and help him if you could, Tango admitted. I don't know where the temporary escort went. Typical. Impulse sighed as he shook his head. Feeling better? A little, Tango admitted as he smiled at his friend. Thanks for dropping by on such short notice. Anything for a vet, Impulse said cheerfully as he stood up, storing away the box. You think you can stand, or am I going to have to carry you to my base? Tango tried to sit up, groaning again as he fell back down, looking up at his friend. She still hurts. I'm in so much pain. I got you, his friend said reassuringly as he scooped his friend into his arms and nodded at Blake. Ready to go? Yep, the cause member reported as Tango looked around the area nervously. Feeling exhaustion filling him once more, he'd managed to survive the man's attacks. But what would that mean for him in the future? What would it mean for B-Dubs and the other hermits? Wasn't sure. Chapter 3. My nose is gradually getting worse. A couple of days had passed since Tango and B-Dubs had been attacked by that man. The hermit was still in a steady way to recovery, while the cause members were working on a plan to rescue B-Dubs from whatever RJ had decided to do to him. They knew where he was and what was going on, but they had omitted this information for both him and Impulse. He couldn't be so sure about everyone else, though. But he had a feeling their escorts wanted to keep them out of this for their safety. Tango was watching from the stairway as he saw the cause members preparing for something, having been told earlier that day that they wouldn't be watched over by a couple of the backup crew while they went to investigate the location they had found. The YouTuber had a feeling that his friend would be freed from his captivity soon, observing the group as they neared the front door. We'll see you soon, Tango, Taylor said with a casual wave. I really want to go, Tango insisted plainly. We know, Blake replied with a smile. You're still recovering, and I want to make sure at least one of your friends is with you, just in case. Tango sighed and nodded. How long will you guys be gone? Hopefully not too long, Tyler replied simply. If you need anything, there are other two you can call on. Yeah, I know, YouTuber replied. I really don't like this though. It'll be fine, another man said matter-of-factly. Just stay together and don't do anything rash. Tango chuckled nervously. Yeah, alright, good luck. The hermit watched as the men left the room, out into the open world beyond, wondering if he'd be able to get away with going with them. He was sure he could find an invisibility potion and follow them. It would be too hard, yet he'd also leave Impulse on his own, with only two guys to keep an eye on him. Not necessarily ideal protection. It was a reason why the group had agreed to do this in the first place, because they knew the two hermits would be better off together. He sighed as he shook his head, climbing back up the stairs as he entered the hallway, looking either way warily, trying to see if he could spot anything. No mysterious floating bubbles, no strange men in black outfits waiting to strike. Nothing in sight. He took a reassuring breath as he walked down the hallway, hearing his own footsteps as he found a room with the door opened. As he peeked in, seeing his friend reorganizing a shelf in the room. How are things going? Impulse asked cheerfully as Tango stepped in the rest away inside. Our escorts just went off on a mission, probably to get B-Dubs. Seriously? I tried to fix that, and you still deny me access. Boop. Tango reported, I really hope he's okay. I'm sure he's fine. He's tough, Impulse said confidently as he slipped another book on a makeshift bookshelf. Toughness doesn't have anything to do with what those men could be doing to him right now, Tango admitted sourly. Wanted him back here safe and sound 2 days ago. Why is it taking so long? I don't want to act too quickly and ruin their chances, Impulse offered. Remember, I was told to wait a month or so until I got a very good threat. Tango nodded. Luckily for us, though, you had a communicator. B-Dubs doesn't have one, so we don't know anything. They'll get him out of there, Hermit said calmly, as Tango walked over to him to see what he was doing. Sooner the better, Tango replied quietly, as he looked over towards the window, looking into the meadow as he noticed something on the ground. Hang on a minute. What is it? Impulse asked, stopping mid-action as he looked over at his friend as Tango walked over to the window and looked down. He could see the two backup escorts seeming to be in a fight with some figures in dark clothing. He didn't have to think about it too much as he watched one of the cause members get knocked to the ground by one of the men. This isn't good. This really isn't good, Tango whispered as he shook his head. What? Impulse replied in confusion as he went over to where Tango was. We need to get out of here. Oh, the two of you won't be going anywhere, a familiar voice said from behind as Tango whirled around just as the door closed, as a click could be heard. Standing in front of the doorway was the same man who attacked and injured him. Same man who had taken beat-ups. Again with a capital D. That's not what I intended. Yeah. I'm gonna end on there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, this was really fun so far. Apart from clearly missing some key words and key spelling. So yeah. It's like I wasn't sure how to spell beat-ups' name properly, but I finally figured out a way that I could do it fine. And so, yeah. Not a big deal. I just have a specific way I wanted to spell it, so that's how I wanted to spell it. It's just sometimes find and replace didn't work, apparently. Didn't catch 'em all. It didn't catch 'em all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one, whenever that might be.